Oh shoot. What's going on, KenKrew? How is everybody doing today? And welcome to kind of a weird and different live stream. I won't have my typical setup here today because, well, if you read the title of the live stream, then you will know that my capture card has unfortunately moved on to the next world without me and is no longer with us. It kind of stinks because, hold on, hopefully we get some people in here. I hope my chat thing works too. I didn't spend, I tried to get it all to work. I'm not even on my freaking, am I not even live? Okay, there I am. I was like, where's my freaking live thing? Okay. So, anyway, this isn't going to be a very long stream. I plan to stream longer whenever I have more time. I was planning on streaming last night, and that didn't happen because, unfortunately, my capture card went done goofed. But, it's okay. Because things like this happen. Hold on. Has anyone said anything yet? No. Okay, wait, we got people in the chat. We got 3 people in the chat. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this weird kind of wacky live stream that Ken isn't playing a video game, which I don't do these streams a lot, so it's kind of weird. Well, let me get a light on just so you guys can see me a little bit better. That's better. Anyway, I actually planned on streaming Kingdom Hearts 3 last night. And yeah, no, I don't know what happened. I literally just plugged in, I kind of swapped out the cords from my PS4. Oh cool, it does work. I swapped out the cords from my Switch to my PS4, and all of a sudden, like, it just didn't work. So then I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll just switch the cords back. Also, thank you, Teddy. I appreciate it. I hope I do too. I switched the cords back, and then it was like, nope, not gonna work for this either. And I was like, well, great. That's weird. I don't know if maybe it's because I set it up differently. Maybe I just need to mess with it a little bit more. It may not actually be broken, but I was sitting under my setup for like I don't know, maybe 20, 25 minutes just trying to figure everything out, and it just didn't work. Nothing seemed to work for me. It was super weird. So, but yeah, no, what up, Zach? Zach, you graduate today? Congratulations, Zach. Happy graduation for you, my dude. You might have to reformat or something, yeah. I don't know, because it kept giving me red flashes, which when it does that, it means it's not working, which is weird. Again, I don't know why it's not working. It's a weird thing. But, yeah, no. Some love in the chat for my boy Zach in the chat. But yeah, no, the weirdest thing. I just don't get it. I don't know. Whatever, though. Chill stream for like 30, 45, maybe an hour. I don't know how long I'm going to stream. But, no, yeah, this is just a weird thing for me. What up, Zendo? This was Zendo's idea, by the way. This isn't going to be the first stream for the capture card. This is a really short stream. I just wanted to give you guys like an update as to what's happening. And like be like, yo, my capture card's broken. Also, that's why I haven't been streaming, which sucks because it's the summer and I want to be able to stream a ton. I got a big event coming for the Final Fest. I'm hoping that Final Fest will be kind of like the biggest event of the year. I'm going to try to get a bunch of people together and do like a huge charity event. I'm going to get like big YouTubers involved too. I'm working on that. But yeah, no, Final Fest it's going to be a really good opportunity, I think, to kind of... I have not heard... I just saw someone replied on one of my tweets about Etika. What happened to Etika? What do you mean Etika's in trouble? Can someone explain to me what happened to Etika? Please? Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna look up, what's I gonna look up? Shoot, I forgot. Huh. He posted his... What? Has it been removed? It has to have been removed from YouTube, right? There's no way that thing is still...
I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry I betrayed your trust. I'm sorry I pushed you all away. I'm sorry I made a clown of myself. I apologize. I wish it didn't have to be this way. But unfortunately, I'm breaking my own rules. No bitch niggas and shit. I shouldn't have pushed so many people away. Now I've got nobody. You know, I wasn't suicidal before. I really wasn't. But one thing I didn't realize was that the walls were closing around me so fast. I really had no intention of killing myself, but I would always push it too far. I guess I am mentally ill. Or maybe I'm not trying to put responsibility on it. I mean, I did a lot of wrong too. I did a lot of wrong.
Yo, that last thing hit me hard. The thing that you wrote in the description where he's like, as usual, please have yourself a...
I'm sorry to those of you who I betrayed.
But he didn't really betray anyone. He just
named legacy.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Maybe helps to make YouTube a better place somehow in the future. To where people know boundaries and limits, how far things should come.
What happened, dude?
In an attempt to be edgy, I fucked up my entire life. It was a fun life. I had a great time. It was great, but for it to be cut so short.
Yo, where is he going?
It's fucked. I know this world's gonna forget me. I know y'all are all gonna move on. Everything's gonna be good, you know? There'll be technology and games and movies I'll never see. I'll never see Attack on Titan. That last episode with Grisha was crazy too, bro. I'll never see how Attack on Titan finishes. I guess it's starting to hit me now because I'm starting to break up a little bit. I'm like, oh fuck. Tears are coming, nigga. Here we go. Bitch nigga time. It's bitch nigga time. Fuck. But nah, I'm gonna keep my composure. There's a lot of things I won't see. A lot of people who I wanted to see grow up. Yo, John, shout out to Katie and you and the kids. Wish I could have seen them grow up. Wish I could have seen what happened with the boys, you know?
Yo, before I keep watching this video, and feel free for anyone to use this video of me or put it anywhere else besides me, because you know, this needs to go out there. I think is something that people need to know. You know, I guess I don't really know what happened to Etika. You know, some stuff happened in his life. I think he let a lot of things get to him, and it really messed him up. And no matter how many... I know what it's like to know someone that no matter how much you can say to that person, they're always going to still think the same thing, because you can't change how someone feels on the inside. And the reason why this is so important for everyone to know is that all this stuff that Etika is saying about how he didn't make a legacy, he didn't He didn't inspire people. He didn't do good things. I can remember the day that I got shouted out on Etika's channel because I made a theory about Smash Ultimate. And I remember how freaking happy that made me feel. I also remember the day that I met Etika at Odyssey. He was probably one of the most incredible people I ever met at Odyssey. Because he didn't look at me as a YouTuber who was a small YouTuber. He looked at me as like a friend. And like, that's something that like I respected him so much for. Like, he didn't try to belittle me or act like he was above me. He literally was like the nicest dude ever. The dude was freaking talking to my dad. My dad didn't even know who he was, but he was just that friendly of a person. Like, he could just blend in because that's his personality. He's such a nice person. He's a charismatic person. He's a fun person to be around. And this whole part of him not being a legacy, of him not, being this person that people looked up to. And that's just a load of crap. I just don't understand. Like, it's just like, what's up, guys? Sorry, I'm kind of going off here. But it's just like, look, Etika wasn't this anchor, this thing in the community that people didn't enjoy or didn't want to be around. He was like one of the most fun parts of the Nintendo community because he brought out like the best in us. Like, he literally brought Alex and Cindy, all those people together, and he didn't care about who they were or what they'd been through. And yet the second that he's going through something himself, he feels like it's like we can't come to him to help him when he's come to us. And I feel so helpless because, even if I don't know him personally, I did meet him personally. He did know who I was. He shouted me out in one of his videos. And it's like, the dude there wasn't anything about him that I didn't like. He was so much fun to be around. And to say that Etika didn't have a heart for this community is probably one of the stupidest things that you can say. Because Etika cared about so much. And that's something you cannot take away from him. The whole thing I don't understand about the situation itself is there's a few things. First of all, I don't understand how someone can check themselves in and out of a mental hospital. I mean, I get how you could check yourself into a mental hospital, but it just seemed like Etika was going in and out of mental institutions and they were just kind of letting him go. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't have been let go. I'm just saying that doesn't seem like how you should do things at a mental institution or at a hospital. It just doesn't seem right. And after episode after episode after episode, it was just like, you get to go with just a slap on the wrist and you just get to walk away. I mean, I just think that it wasn't even that, though. I think that what really made me upset was that there was no one there. I mean, there were so many people out there that were just pouring their heart and their love into this dude. And yet I felt like there was nobody that was near him, like physically near him, that was telling him, it's gonna be okay, you're gonna be okay, you need to get some help. It's like he was alone physically, but on the internet he wasn't alone. But yet we couldn't physically help him. We were just sitting on the sideline. We couldn't actually get into the game. And it was like this whole frustrating thing with me that I wish I could just go up to him and say to his face, that he was gonna be okay, that things are gonna be all right, that he's loved in this community, and that he needs to be helped. He needs help, and that he's one of the most inspirational people I've ever met. Ever. And no one can take that away from him. It's this, I don't even know, man. I'm just so frustrated. He just...
Could have seen what happened with everybody. You know? You've come too far. Was it the social media? Was it the mental illness? Was it the edginess? It was a mix of all. But I ultimately turned down help. And you know what they say, you can't help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves. I just didn't realize I needed help. That's how deluded I was, man. It's not your fault. I don't want you to blame yourselves. It's all my fault. I'm the one that pushed y'all away. Then I deluded myself into thinking that somehow I didn't destroy a big part of my life, that somehow I was ahead of the curve. It was like that heavy delusion that I couldn't pull myself out of. I didn't even know I was in it. I was saying and doing things that made no sense. All because I was too scared to drop my image. Fuck, man. So, I deserve whatever's coming to me, I suppose. I'm sorry I let y'all down. I really apologize. I wish I could have been stronger. I wish I could have lived better. I wish I could have done more. I wish I was more receptive. I wish I was more open. I wish I wasn't so combative. I wish I didn't think I always knew the best. It's a confusing world sometimes, dog. I'm sorry to all of you. I'm sorry to Christine. I'm sorry to Fiona. I'm sorry to my mom. I'm sorry to Ben. I'm sorry to Ray. Auntie Ann. Everybody on Instagram, Twitter. I'm sorry to Son. I'm really sorry. Let my story be one that advises caution on too much of the social media shit, man. It can fuck you up. It can give you an image of what you want your life to be.
Okay, so on the things that he just said, I want to comment on a few things. First of all, I don't like how it's like he's playing himself as a martyr for like what's happened. He's blaming, and this is what people do when they're struggling with mental issues and when they're struggling with deep depression and anxiety, is they start kind of punishing themselves. And, you know, that's something that you can't, again, it's one of those things where like it's hard for people on the outside to say, hey, don't do that. Hey, this isn't good, because again, they're self-inflicting that punishment on themselves. It's so, and it just hurts me because I can see in his eyes the sadness, the hurt, the disappointment, the frustration, and he just seems so helpless and hopeless, and it just hurts me. It hurts me. I don't know what to do. And I think that sometimes it's hard for some of us to deal with social media and with the internet, that's a thing that people struggle with emotionally, and it's frustrating, and people sometimes can't control their emotions, but it's so hard to also tell. Thanks so much, and I appreciate it. But still, it's like, I don't know, man. Ugh. I agree that he pushed people away. That makes sense. But then whenever he figured out that he pushed people away, he didn't act on it and instead is punishing himself for it. And that's why I find the most frustration about this whole thing. Is that the dude is self-inflicting his own punishment on himself. So, anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Blown completely out of proportion, dog. Unfortunately, it consumed me. It made me forget about consequences to my actions. It made me forget that we have to pay for the things that we say. It made me forget that there is weight behind words.
But it doesn't mean you have to do it on
I
your...
was so consumed with this great image that I had that I thought I was invulnerable to everything. I thought, oh, I'm destined for this. Nothing can stop me. It's stupid. Every time I made a bad decision, one that I didn't think would hurt me, friends would always be like, hey, you sure about this, dog? Are you doing okay? You feeling okay? Probably shouldn't do that. And I did it anyways. I made a lot of bad decisions, dog. Now when it comes to pay the consequences, I'm too much of a pussy to do it. And it's sad. The world would be better off without me. At least learning from my lesson. Keemstar, I wish you the best, my nigga. Pokey, sorry for scaring you so much. I really am. Sorry for that. I apologize. I was being stupid. Christine, sorry for being so hard-headed. And all the other horrible things I did. I mean, hey, two wrongs don't make it right, but I mean, you know.
You know, this is a hard topic to talk about because you don't know how the person is feeling. You don't know, you're not in their own shoes. You don't know how they're going through this. But at the same time, again, I keep saying this, I feel so helpless. And all I can do is just hope that the law enforcement and the people that are looking for him can find him. Because if I was in New York right now, I would be out of my house looking for him right now. Just going everywhere I could. I would drop everything and go look for him. Because this happens to too many people, man. It happens to too many people. And you think that it won't happen to you. You think that it won't happen to specific people. But man, look what it did. You know, Alex, it happened. Alex, I mean, thank God Alex is okay, but he went through this super depressive state, and it caused him to just stop doing what he loved. He let people get to him. He let the popularity get to him. And then before you know it, we have Etika. And there's other YouTubers that I know have struggled with this stuff. And it's just like this overwhelming just helplessness. I've been working on a project on the side with a friend to help start a movement against this darkness that seems to have swallowed our community. This is all on the DL. I haven't talked about it at all. And hopefully I'll get it all done by this summer, so I can announce it at the end of the summer. But it's basically a movement to end this idea that darkness, it will just consume you completely, that there is no hope. And I feel like that's just the idea behind so many people. They just get into this situation and then they just give up. And I don't want people to give up. I want to give people an opportunity to see something, see a light, to see something, to give them hope, to have a community, to have a place where people can go and they can be okay. They don't feel hopeless. Because this hopelessness is taking lives. And people are losing things to live for. And it's frustrating to me because every single person's life is valuable. And every single person has a purpose. Whether it's to do something that will impact someone else to do something big, or whether you have your own specific purpose and that purpose will lead to something greater. Everyone has a purpose. I mean, there's so many examples of people out there that were literally the lowest of the low in society, and yet they are now one of the most renowned people known in the world. So this idea that someone small or someone that doesn't have a purpose cannot do something, that is stupid. It's frustrating because there are so many people out there that have a purpose. And the reason why I want to start this movement is not because of just situations like this, but because of future situations like this that could happen. And I don't want it to happen anymore because I'm tired of stuff like this happening to my friends, to my family, to the people I care about, to the YouTube community. You know? You have to realize that every single thing that you say on this platform has a purpose, and it can hurt someone. It can really hurt someone. And you have to know that before you send that tweet, before you post that thing, before you put out that YouTube video, that you are open to hurting people if you choose your words wrongly or if you say the wrong thing. And I know that's a lot of pressure and anxiety, but people that are out there on YouTube that are just slashing people, or people that are out there on the internet that are just attacking people for no reason at all, are some of the most lowest of the low people that I've ever met. And if you are someone out there that does that, then you need to wake up and realize that if you were a person that was involved in something like that, you are using a gun with a loaded bullet and shooting it at someone else. And you may not realize it at the time, but that's exactly what you're doing. You know, people that live alone are the most vulnerable. And a lot of people in the online community live by themselves. And I just encourage my community to reach out to someone that they really care about in the community and Tell them how much you care about them. Tell them how much you appreciate them. And show them some love. Show them some support. And because it's such an important thing. You have no idea how much saying a kind word to someone can change someone's life forever. I've seen it happen before in my own community. This isn't a joke. This is someone's life that we're talking about here. And if you clown on this, then that's just disturbing. I mean, I don't understand why people do certain things to other people. And I never will. Because everyone's got their own agenda. Everyone's got their own thing that they want to do. And I can't change all of that. But what I can do is help start a new change to where people don't think that immediately. And that there is this overwhelming community of love instead of one that hates, that kills, that destroys, that hurts. And I mean, that's really all I have to say about that. I mean, it's so important. It's so important. You definitely could. Yeah, it's fine. But I really want people to put this message out there. I really want people to share my message. And this needs to go around because this is so important. You don't even know. This is so important. That is somebody's son. That's somebody's best friend. And we're looking at, it's just like, it's such a stupid thing, you know, how people clown on situations like this. This isn't a thing that people can just, you know, anyway. Think about what you say. Think about what you say and how it impacts other people. Think about it before you send that tweet, that text, that DM, that because like I said, dude, it's like a loaded weapon, man. It's like a loaded weapon, dude. It's so frustrating, man. I just can't. I don't know. I don't know how much I can stress that to you guys. And that's why I'm starting that movement soon. So look out for that movement. It's going to be happening very, very soon. In fact, I'm actually going to message the person that I'm working with right now and tell them how it's moving along. I mean, do you guys have any questions for me at all? I'm very open about this situation, and I was very involved in I followed this situation very closely. I was texting with, messaging with one of his good friends, and trying to figure out the situation as to what was happening with him. And, I don't blame anyone specifically for the situation, but I know a lot of people contributed to ultimately his decisions to make that video, or to previously contributed to him going to make that video because they were so hateful towards him. And it's such a hard thing. The world didn't deserve such a good guy like Etika. He was one of the best guys that I ever met. Even though I knew him for a little bit, he was still one of the best guys I ever met. And you can't take that away, man. I don't even want to raise money for my capture card right now, man. I just need my man to be okay. His videos made me laugh, they made me smile, they inspired me. Mental illness has crushed this community. It's brought out the worst in some of us and hurt some of the people that we love. That's why I'm taking the fight to them, to the mental illness, taking the fight to the thoughts that are not true, that they're said about people, to the hate. Because this stuff needs to stop. It needs to stop so bad, dude. Can I actually stream on both things? Would that actually work? That's cool. Oh, that's dope. So I can go live on both things. Epic. On my Twitter. Because I'd rather talk on both of them. Because I can talk on both of them. Which is cool. But, no, it's something that is important that we need to talk about. And it needs to be talked about more, to be honest. Because, man, this stuff's real. it's not a joke. And who we got here? What's up, Stephanie? You know, I can't stress the situation even more. I've talked about it some. I mean, it's so important. And what even frustrated me more about the situation is that people were arguing about how to handle it and literally fighting each other over that. How can you support the movement? Well, whenever I do come out with a video discussing the movement about the whole Etika situation, take that back, scratch that. When I do start the movement regarding the mental health and all that stuff, I will let you guys know in a video. You can support it by joining the Twitter account, and then I'll have some other things as well. I'm going to have a merch thing. There's going to be a Discord. The merch is going to be huge because it's going to have the slogan, which I'm going to keep a secret now because it's going to be really big. But it will hopefully inspire this new love and support in the community. And that's just my heart. For the whole thing. I don't want to go too detailed into it because I have a whole script and video for that. And I'm excited about the movement because I've been wanting to do this for a long time. And now that it's finally about to happen, I'm looking forward to that. How you can support the movement now, I would say, is I'll repeat what I said earlier, and that's this. Reach out to someone that you love, that you care about, that you either support on the social media or maybe like a family member or a friend, and then just tell them how much you care about them and how much you love them and how much you appreciate what they've done in your life. And nothing will make that person happier than hearing that from you. We need to start having this idea in this community of spreading love, not hate. Of spreading hope, not hopelessness. Of spreading support, not destruction. We need to build people up, not break them down. And I mean, I don't know how else to put it to you guys. So you can start right now and support the movement by spreading love and support and hope instead of this hate. When I first joined the Nintendo community in 2016, I remember part of the reason why I loved it so much and why I was attracted and why I was so into it is because of how openly I was accepted and welcomed into the community. I mean, people were so loving and supportive in the community, and it gave me this sense of family and home that I never felt in any other gaming community that I'd been in. And that's what made the Nintendo community special for me. That's what made it important. And that's the part of community that I think has been so lost. And we need to bring that part of the community back. And I feel like it's partially my job to do that because I was so loved whenever I came into this community. And trust me, I've had ups and downs. I mean, every YouTuber does have ups and downs in this community. But it's not about how much you get hit. This is a line from a movie, but it's stupid. The line isn't stupid, but I think it's funny I'm using this line. But it's not about how much you can get hit. It's about how much you can get hit, get back up, and keep going. It's from Rocky. You can look it up. But people just get hit and they fall and they give up because no one's there to get them back up. And it's not their job to self-inflict. To self-inflict your own punishment. To think that you have to take that onto himself, like Etika's doing. Etika's taking this onto himself. He's saying it's his fault. That he's pushed people away, and now he needs to, oh, thanks so much, Mike. I appreciate you, man. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. But again, it's not about, it's just, I'll definitely be talking more about the situation in the future. And God forbid something happens to Etika, because then I'll have to make another kind of video. And I don't want to have to make that video, man. I don't want to put... I'm probably going to get off the Twitter live stream. I don't think this is really working out the way I wanted it to. But... it's okay. The Nintendo community really did lose that touch. So look out for that video about the movement. It's happening probably more towards the end of the summer, because my friend probably won't get around to drawing the design for this stuff early enough, and I don't know any artists who can do it right now at this point for free, because yeah, you know how that stuff works. But I just want to start something that can stick, that will stay, and will help people. And if you guys are willing to be a part of that movement, then thank you. And we're really going to try to change this community, but it's going to rely on... oh, that made me mad to know. It's not going to rely on just me. I can't do it on my own. I can't do this by myself. This is going to be a group effort. We're going out to save lives, people. This isn't going to be about... we're going to try to make a difference. I want to say the catchphrase for the movement so bad, because it makes so much sense, but I can't, because it took me so long to come up with, and I don't want to butcher it now and try to, like, start the hype up too much, because... but it is happening. It's in the works, and I'm really, really going to work hard on it. If anyone has any experience with marketing, like setting up own stores and stuff like that, like with merchandising and stuff like that, I would be really helpful to help set that stuff up, because it's in need. I need a lot of help for this. And but on another note, real quick, I don't want to clown on what other people are saying, because then it's kind of hypocritical about the situation. I don't want to clown on what people are saying. People can have their own opinions, but all I want to say to you is just choose the words that you use very wisely. Don't be stupid. Don't say things that are stupid like, oh, he's just, this is just a prank. This is just one big joke. Don't worry, guys. He'll be fine. Because if you could watch that video and honestly tell me that he's joking, then that's crazy, man. Because I don't think he's joking at all. Okay, so here's the thing. I have to be completely transparent with my audience because I care about the people I talk to. And I'm going to touch on this real quick, Cliff. I'm not going to dwell on it for too long. Look, I'm trying to say this where I can't offend people. I'm not going to offend people. I know what N10 is. I've tried to get into N10 before. And I love all of those guys in N10 and girl. They're all awesome people. They've all got passions. They've all got dreams. That's great. But there's one key fatal flaw in N10 that seems to always come across whenever I try to be around N10. Not the people individually, but N10. And there's nothing wrong with this flaw. There's nothing wrong with, starting a community of people and trying to build community. Like, that's awesome. And I think what they're doing is a great idea. And they have good intentions. But there is something so important that they keep missing. And I don't want to say it because I don't want to seem like I'm criticizing them, because I'm very, very proud of those for what they've done and for how they've built up their community to this point. But there is something that I see in every single Nintendo community, except for a few, that is a fatal flaw. And no community at this point that I've seen is free from it. And I've spoken this to people before. I've talked about this before with people. And it really hurts people. And anyway, I don't want to go too deep into it. But anyway, so yes, I know what Nintendo is. I know what they're trying to do. But what I'm trying to do is a little bit different. And it's not really like a group of people. It's instead like a movement where it's like a slogan. It's a movement that people can say, that people can be a part of, that other YouTubers and everyone can get involved in by wearing the merchandise, by being, or just by saying it and being in other communities and being a part of this movement. It's more of like a tagline, like something you'd put in your Instagram bio, or something you would put like in like a hashtag or like a tag on your YouTube channel. It's more of like a movement, not like a group of people, if that makes sense to you guys. So I'm not trying to create a competing group with N10. That's not what I'm trying to do. And yeah, it's like Joy-Con Boys in a way, kind of. But I guess to kind of explain to you a little bit easier, it's like, have you guys heard like the "it can wait," like the whole like "it can wait," like this, that's smoking or like driving and texting and driving, I forget. But it's kind of like that, like a slogan, like a movement, almost like it's like a 3-word thing. I want to say it, but I can't because it's a secret. I want to light the fire for this movement, and I want it to spread all over the community. And that's my hope for this movement that will start. It's my my hope for this. But anyway, that was a long rant. It's a long talk. But I mean, if anyone out there is struggling with mental illness or struggling with, they need someone to be there for them, or they're having trouble with like family or something like that, you can always reach out to me. On my Discord, my Twitter, my Instagram, whatever you guys can reach out to me on, you can always reach out to me on there. I'll always be there. You know? I recognize that people go through things and sometimes they just need help. And I can be that help if people need it. So, you know, anyway, I give anyone permission to upload a recorded response to YouTube of my response to the Etika video or anything that I've said so far. So this is me giving that the rights to people to do that, to put that, to put it on YouTube if they want to. So I'm gonna let this stream upload afterwards, and you guys can feel free to do that if you want to, because stuff like this needs to be said. And so give people permission to do that. I'm probably gonna end this live stream right now because I'm kind of all talked out right now, and I feel like I need to self-reflect and kind of try to figure out what to do. Probably gonna stream really late some night this week to kind of get that capture card, hopefully, but who knows, because honestly that's the least of my worries right now. So anyway, hope all of you guys have a great rest of your days, and that you, like I said before, tell someone you love how you care about them, how you appreciate them. Tell somebody you know, tell somebody that they're loved, that they're important, they're unique, and that just spread the love in the community. That's all I ask. And until I get that movement video out for you guys, I will see you guys, and I will keep you guys posted on the status of the movement. But until then, that's gonna be the end of this live stream. Hopefully I get my capture card either fixed or a new capture card. I don't know at this point. But I wish all of you guys the best. Stay safe. Love others. And as always, you're loved. You are important. You are unique. But most importantly, you are KenKrew. I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out.